welcome to Her's Choice. Today's choice, CBSE board exam preparation. If you're a person who is preparing for any competitive exams and now you have to shift to CBSE, I think the first topic is that how to approach CBSE. Understanding NCERT is really important because whomever you're going to consult, they are first going to tell understand NCERT well. So understanding NCERT is really important because CBSE doesn't ask straight away questions. It's not going to test your memory often, but it's going to test your comprehension often. CBSE is going to ask you the questions that are twisted ideas of NCERT. So understanding the core concept of NCERT is really important. How exactly to understand NCERT well? So solve every example, solve every in-text question and solve every book path. Either it might be physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics or English. Understanding the questions that are in NCERT are going to give you a bulb in your head that you have understood different things. Okay, now you have understand NCERT very well. How will you present it? So basically you have to know presenting your answers that is in your head. If you are a person who is preparing for any other competitive exams, you might be great in speed and you might be good in accuracy also, because they don't ask you to write the answers, they just want your answer in a snap. But CBSE is entirely different. So practice writing answers like you would write in exam. Practice answer forming. Practice answering in points and make sure you can give what is in your head in that paper for real. If you do that, and if you're really preparing for any competitive exams, I am so sure your concepts are going to be great. Or if you're just preparing for CBSE, keep your concepts very strong so that you really present your answers very well. Presenting is really important. We'll talk about that later. And still you're worried how to approach for CBSE? I have a solution. Talk to your teachers. Because rather than listening to any damn YouTuber, you can go to a person who really knows you. You can tell them your weaknesses are so and so. The teacher will actually try to put in efforts to sort out your issue. But the main thing is you need to go and ask for that. So if you just go and talk to them, they're going to try their best to give you the solution that is personalized for you. So go and talk to your teachers and ask them how to approach for CBSE or whatever queries you have. For boards, nowadays concept clarity is really important. By pairing up your teacher's teaching and NCERT understanding with a guide will really be helpful. Let me give you what guides I used and what my friends recommended, which they used and scored really well. Have NCERT solutions. Either it can be self-made or it can be bought from stores. If you have more time, make it yourself. If you have less time, go buy it outside. Chill. Both needs revision. So if you're going to revise the NCERT solutions, it will be really helpful. Make sure the solutions contains in-text and book back. Revise your diagrams and examples again and again, which will be really helpful for the boards because they are directly asked. And then Oswald Publications question bank for English. That's what I used, which I paired that question bank with NCERT. I kind of didn't maintain a classbook for English, so that Oswald question bank acted like a classbook to me. Exam idea for mathematics because that one helped me really well at the end because I bought it at the end. That has CBSE PYQs in the mark-wise segregated manner, which helped me to revise at the end. Revise in the sense practice. The books that my friends recommended were One for All, which was also published by Oswald, and Arihan series All in One for physics, and Coaching Institute materials, because that one is actually kind of personalized for your coaching. If you're gonna get provided, please use that book. CBSE PYQ. No matter how many people tell this, I'm so sure if you would have watched many videos or if you would have asked teachers, most of the people would have recommended this. Please use CBSE PYQs. That is officially in the website. You can just go to the website and you can use them, and you can use marking scheme of that question paper. Whatever subject you take, whatever question paper you take from the official website, you will have marking scheme for that paper. go open that and see. You will get an idea how the evaluator will check your answer, and it will really help your answer presenting and answer writing skill. But how exactly do I read NCERT? Subject-wise preparation with NCERT reading. For English, Section B and Section C is going to be a gameplay, because Section A is going to be a paragraph reading and writing answers for those paragraph-based questions. If you're really uncomfortable with Section A, go for sample papers, go for PYQs, make your Section A also strong. For Section B and Section C, you will be needing your teacher's support, because Section B is full of writing skills. Make yourself thorough with the format, because it's going to be really useful. Under the pressure, you tend to forget. Forgot at the end should be add thanking you should I sign in the exam hall. So it's really stressful under the pressure while writing. So make your formats thorough for notice and for invitations, etc. And for Section C, it is going to be a gameplay around your NCERT textbook. Make sure you have a guide that will give the questions and the answers to make you think critically and make you understand the core concepts and character traits of that particular chapter. For poems, you need understanding. If you can't understand, you can't get marks in poems. So please understand poems, each line. Make your poetic device strong, and the theme of the poems is going to be really helpful. Next, let's move on to the subject bio. For bio, you need line-to-line reading, which will be actually helpful if the questions are asked from any damn place, if your concepts are strong. And diagram practice, this one I did at really end moment. If you practice diagrams from starting, it's going to be really helpful also. And then again, CBSE PYQs, please pair CBSE PYQs with any subject that you're going to read. Moving on to physics, if you are going to be reading NCERT for physics, please do it with concentration, because NCERT physics language is going to be little repetitive, little confusing. So you can ask your teacher anything if you don't understand, or you can search in Google and understand, because for physics you need conceptual understanding, you need mathematical knowledge also. So for physics, if you're going to read NCERT, you need concentration. And for NCERT physics, you need to practice the diagrams, you need to read the things under the diagrams, and NCERT examples is like high standard things. I have seen NCERT examples in competitive exams, okay? So you practice NCERT examples for physics and NCERT book packs, as I've told already. And for chemistry, apart from NCERT, don't use anything. Like for chemistry, I'll tell you, please stick to NCERT no matter what. Practice conversions. And for inorganic, read NCERT line by line. And for electrochemistry, and for physical chemistry, make a formula sheet of your own, or you can go through web and you can use them. But for chemistry, stick with NCERT. It will change your game if you stick with NCERT for chemistry. And as usual, pair it up with PYQs. Next, mathematics. I was not pretty strong, so I will just give you the basic thing that I used. Please do NCERT questions, please do miscellaneous questions, please do a guide which contains CBSE PYQs. My friends who scored really well in mathematics told NCERT question practice is alone not enough for mathematics, so pair it up with whatever guide you are going to get advised by your teacher. Bro, did you prepare for CBSE board exams? No. You know how many days are left? No, how many days are left for board exams? 30 more. This is a section which is really nice for me to talk about. Mistakes that I made. Don't waste your time. First thing is that only. If you're going to assume you have a lot of time, you can do everything in NCERT. Nah. That's really a wrong mindset. Please change that. You might think you have a lot of time. That mindset is from laziness. It's that urge to want to procrastinate your whole time and then blame everything on time that you didn't have time. Worst mistake ever. Please don't procrastinate. That will ruin your marks very badly. Again, under the same topic, let's go for a subtopic. Using social media more than hours, that kind of ruined too. Because people told that they were scrolling and they wasted time, and they are thinking now they could have invested that in solving mathematics or reading English, because our focus was mainly on physics, chemistry and bio. YouTube kind of used a lot of time for my friends and for me as an entertainment, as a platform which helped us to procrastinate. You can avoid that now. Not practicing questions enough by thinking that you know everything. That mindset is also going to ruin you. If you're going to prepare for any damn competitive exam and you're assuming CBSE is going to be easy, no. They are going to get the hell out of your head. You will really panic in that moment if you don't really understand the concept or don't know how to solve that question. It really happened to me also. In the final exam, I'm talking. It's better you start practicing questions. It's better you start coming out of a mindset that you know everything just because you prepared for a competitive exam that is in CBSE. Okay? So start preparing for CBSE also. Skipping diagram practice. Gosh, it was so painful to see a big cross in my physics paper for a diagram that I drew. I thought I drew it correctly. But no, I didn't. That nuclear kind of chart, I will put it here so that you will be able to see. That thing, I drew it very bad in exam. I didn't mention anything. And he was like, what is this? Do you think this is correct, my teacher? And I realized diagram practice is really important for physics and bio. Finally, we are here to the last section. Insights of exam hall. Presentations plus time management. Let's get into that. So if you're presenting your answer really beautiful and with all the cursives and giving space too much and you're left with no time. No, that's not the type of presentation an evaluator seeks. Write the answers neatly, point-wise, understandable, and you underline the keywords so that the person who's correcting your paper will just look at that underlined point and give you marks. Because the teachers who are going to correct for boards have tons of paper. They're going to only scan for keywords. If you make their job easy, you're going to get marks easily. So make sure your answers are written in a way that's understandable and can go through your answers quickly by looking the keywords that you have underlined. Next, start with the section that you're really strong in. It doesn't matter whether it's MCQs or it's 5 marks or it's 4 marks or anything. If you're going to start with something that you're really strong in, it will give the evaluator an idea like this student knows what the student is doing. This student knows the answer. So it might give the evaluator an idea like to correct really fast, and even if it's wrong, in some cases they might not consider it. So make sure you start with whatever you're strong in, okay? I am a person who writes answers kind of really big. So if you're also like that, if you're going to do that, make sure you underline the keywords because my answers are always big. But if you are really good at making the answers cut short, sharp, correct, go for it. Make it mark-wise. If it's 2 mark, brief it. If it's 5 mark, detail it. If you're going to write a question and that question has an optional question and you are so confused to choose which one, and you choose something and you start writing and all of a sudden you want to write the other question also. Boss, please make sure you know both the questions well. Please make sure you don't confuse both the question answers. Okay, because it kind of happened to me in my chemistry exam. For 5 marks, there was optional questions. I answered first questions half and second questions fully. If you are stuck between an optional questions, make sure you answer the thing that you know the most. If you don't know, make sure you answer both. While attempting one question, do not peek into the next question. It will increase your stress levels. And at the last moment, even if teacher tells there is only 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes left, don't try to increase your stress levels. Please practice yourself Do not get stressed or panic. Your school gives you a chance for writing pre-boards. Please utilize that. I was a fool who ignored my pre-boards. Yeah, I did that. Write all the pre-boards. Make sure you find all the mistakes that you do. Make sure you rectify all the mistakes so that in the finals you don't repeat the same mistakes. Final words to my juniors. If you're gonna give your boards in 2026, make sure you trust yourself. Make sure you're going to give your best. And if you really want good scores, please start early. That's all I can tell. You just need to trust yourself, you need to trust your teachers, and you need to trust NCERT concepts. That's it for this video. Meet you in the next. Until then, love yourself. Bye-bye. NCERT book back. So you put in a. It's you. Okay. I am.